The Olympic flame, meanwhile, blazed through the streets of Malaysia without any major incidents, thanks to some tight security. Anti-China sentiments were hardly in display, and hundreds of ethnic Chinese students dominated the sidelines, cheering on the torch relay. Our Dan Rivers reports now from Kuala Lumpur.
It might look like Beijing, but this was downtown Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, a sea of scarlet as hundreds of Chinese students turned out for the Olympic torch relay. There were several anti-CNN posters referencing perceived anti-Chinese bias by this network. At one point, a pro-Tibetan protester tried to make his point, but he was quickly escorted away by the police. Another Western woman who tried to unfurl a Tibetan flag was harangued by the predominantly Chinese crowd.
She was just holding up a sign saying Free Tibet. She wasn't yelling, was she?
She wasn't yelling Free Tibet at all, but she had the sign, and as soon as spectators saw what she was doing, they just immediately mobbed her and started to crowd around her. They had little flags and were hitting her a little bit.
The students, some studying in Malaysia, all wore the same T-shirt, prompting speculation their presence was orchestrated.
Obviously, somebody has worked very hard to organize them and get them here.
Who do you think has organised them to come here? The Chinese government?
Well, basically, yeah, the Chinese embassy, and I mean, it's they have basically been organizing.
We asked some of the students if it was true their government organised their rally.
Okay, this is the truth. They helped, but even if they didn't help, I think I will be here.
How did they help come here?
Not as much. They just support the transportation, and that's it.
The only help I get from the ambassador is get the flag. Only help.
They gave you flags?
Yeah.
And then the torch relay got underway in the sweltering humidity of Kuala Lumpur.
Well, the flag bearers are doing their best to get through the crowds, but there are many Chinese students who've come down here desperate to see the flame.
When the relay went to Malaysia's Independence Stadium, it was almost all ethnic Chinese students watching. The rest of the seats were empty. This was a largely trouble-free relay, but it was also carefully choreographed. The promised crowds of tens of thousands in Malaysia simply didn't turn out. Dan Rivers, CNN, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.